few years ago, I uploaded a video to a brand new YouTube channel, basically one of my first uploads ever. And within the first 20 days, it had 54,000 views on a channel with basically 0 subscribers, 0 audience. That video eventually grew to hit over 825,000 views. And not only was it blowing up on YouTube, it started hitting articles on Screen Rant, GamesRadar, and other popular gaming news websites. It single-handedly got me monetized. But here's what I need you to understand, that it wasn't an accident. I didn't just randomly upload a video and get lucky. Before I even opened my editing software, I had already done the work that most people entirely skip. And that's what I want to break down for you today, because I genuinely think that the reason most people fail on YouTube and with content is not because their videos are bad. It's because they never did the research before starting to work on their video. For my main channel, I'd been trying to make content work for a pretty long period of time. I was testing around things in TikTok and having different types of channels regarding different niches, and I was just playing around with what works and what didn't. And basically I really didn't know what I was doing at the time, and I was just experimenting and getting better at making videos. But then eventually I realized something, that I was solving the wrong problem. The issue was never the video itself. The issue was everything that happens when you want to make the video, before you make the video. So what I decided was, okay, I have this knowledge of experimenting now. It's time for me to actually craft a video that will go viral. So what I did was I made a new channel, and this was in the game development niche, and I changed the approach. Before even starting to think of how to record the video, I thought of the title and the thumbnail, right? So I was like, what will the people actually want to click? What will something that's shown on the homepage, what will make a user see that and be like, I have to click this video? So it needs to be packaged in a way that would stand out. And basically when I was analyzing other YouTube channels, I noticed they had this format of, I made X in Y hours, or I made X in this time. I survived X in Y time, right? It's pretty popular format, even for Mr. Beast and stuff. So I was like, okay, game development niche, right? Let me think about this. So what I decided to go with was, I made Call of Duty Warzone in 48 hours. And that's a pretty bold statement, and that's a pretty banger title. The reason I chose this topic was because Warzone at the time was really, really popular. Call of Duty Warzone was everywhere. This is when Battle Royale was at its peak. And more importantly, people were really frustrated with hackers, glitches, cheaters. This is when Warzone had the biggest hacking problem and their anti-cheat wasn't working. So I was like, okay, let me make this video and make it focus on the people's pain points. Let me focus it on that as a story where I'm remaking Call of Duty Warzone because there's too many cheaters, and I'm remaking it in only 48 hours with a time crunch, because obviously I can't actually remake the whole game. So it's more of a challenge video, and it gets people to click, right? So it was best of both worlds. And that's the thing, your video starts with the title and the thumbnail, not the script. If you can't come up with the title that would make people click, then the video is not worth making. I had the title, I made the thumbnail, then I built the video around it. So then I started recording the video. I gathered the footage, I went into Unity. It was not even perfect. It was just some janky project that I made, but I knew that with all this footage that I've recorded, I can edit it in a way where it would become something worthwhile watching. And don't get me wrong, it was still not a perfect video. The video didn't need to be flawless. It just needed to deliver on the promise of the title. And it's the huge lesson that took me pretty much a long time to learn. Just because you spend more time on a video does not make it better. And this is where it actually gets more interesting and why articles ended up covering it. So this is more of a unique situation. Basically, I took a clip of the video and it got so many upvotes, and it was the top voted post in one of the Warzone communities. And I wasn't even linking the channel to the YouTube URL to the video directly. From what I remember, I just linked the channel in one of the replies to the comments of where it was from, which was my channel. So what ended up happening was a bunch of traffic also started coming from there, and then only the people who landed on the channel that saw the video and title still clicked it for the interest. So that way it didn't really hurt the CTR. It didn't let the video play within Reddit itself, because or watch it a YouTube video on Reddit, they might just scroll away, which would hurt the retention. So it was much better for people to land on the channel, then go to the video directly by choosing to click to it. And then what ended up happening was there was one news article person in the subreddit community, and he just reached out and he was like, hey, can we cover this for an article? And I was like, yeah, sure. And they ended up actually was just talking about that I made this because the hacker community was going crazy, and essentially that was it, the article. And then a bunch of articles picked it up. The majority of the articles didn't even mention the YouTube video that with the link or anything. They just mentioned, oh, this is the title of the video, or this is the channel name. And then people were organically able to search it, and that's where it was really spiking and starting to go hard. And that's where YouTube started even learning even faster what my audience would be, right? Because in the beginning, your YouTube channel, YouTube doesn't know who to serve the video to, and it wants to experiment. The algorithm needs to learn where to push your videos to. And basically in the beginning, it doesn't know where, and it'll experiment and it might die off. Then later on, it's going to take off when it learns as you upload more videos. But since this is basically like a new channel and YouTube got all this data right in the beginning, it was able to start pushing the video toward the algorithm where it knew people would watch it, right? Because it collected all this data from this external traffic that was coming towards the video now. So in summary, what I want you guys to do is first do research, go look at what's working in your niche, across your niche, look at the top performing videos on channels, look at outlier videos and study their thumbnails, their titles, their formats. And then step 2, think of the title and thumbnail before anything else. Don't make a video thinking about just like video where you're going to record in it and stuff like that, but you have to think legit, what am I going to package this video as? Step 3, pick topics that people actually care about. Pick topics that would resonate with people and it would hit their pain points, or it hit something that would make them think, oh wow, this is actually a good video in terms of like the story or what's happening, right? And then step 4, your video legit still doesn't need to be perfect, because the more reps you get in, the faster you get those uploads in, the more you'll get better. But to fast forward to today, I'm actually not even like really like uploading too much on that channel. I've actually pivoted a bit from doing long form content into running short form content for brands. Essentially, you know, shorts CPM is like really low, like 20 cents, 30 cents. I can get these brands CPMs to be like $2, $3, $4 per 1,000 views and have retainers. So it's a topic for another video. I also have some videos already up on this topic. It's basically UGC style pages and I run them as faceless. So it's kind of like I'm a UGC creator, but it's a faceless version. I'll talk more about it in another video, and I'll continue making videos around just content creation and how to make money with content. So if you guys enjoy, drop a subscribe, hype the video, leave any comments you want, and I'll answer them. See you guys in the next one. Peace.